beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I'm so happy to see you today. I honestly am really happy to see you today, so I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you and your loved ones are taking care the best that you can. I'm happy to be here with you guys today. It just feels like it has been forever and a day. First of all, I have to say a massive thank you for the outpouring of love, all of the well wishes, the prayers, the good vibes, all of that stuff, as I went through all those feelings of loss and saying goodbye to my little best friend. So briefly, I'll just tell you guys a little bit about my little buddy, Mario. If you haven't been here very long, you maybe don't know about him. If you've been here a while, you probably know a lot about him because I would mention him very frequently. But I had a little Chihuahua. He just had turned 12, so he was 12 years old in one day. He was literally my little best friend, my constant. He was always there. And he was extremely resilient. And I know it's cheesy to say because everybody always says this when people pass away, but he was really truly my rock. He was just a very grounding force for me. And what I mean by that is, like, through all of life's ups and downs, through moving and, you know, going here and there and dealing with adjusting to being an adult and all this stuff that, you know, people go through, he was just super chill. Like if he had me, you know, and he could cuddle up to me and have a blanket, you know, he was always in a blanket. That was literally his favorite thing. Me and blankets were his favorite thing. He wanted to be in a blanket, but he also had to be near me. Even bonus if I'm in the blanket. He would mostly want me to be in the blanket. But even if I was sitting at my desk, I would have to put something like on the floor, like a little bed or something. Recently I had set up like a little box to look like a house, like cut out little fake windows and stuff. And I'd put a pillow in there and he had been laying in that. And then he always has to have a fleece blanket. So he's had tons of fleece blankets. But if I was sitting somewhere like in bed or on a couch or something, if there wasn't a blanket on me for him to get in, he would come over to like my leg or my side if I'm laying down or something, and he would just go and just scratch me. And that was his way of telling me, I want a blanket to be here, because he would scratch as if there was a blanket, even though there wasn't. And if I really truly didn't have a blanket, he would get in like my sweater or whatever with me. So yeah, I'm trying to like give you guys a little like brief, like, I don't know, explanation of him, a tribute to him, I guess. And I'm getting sidetracked trying to tell my own story. But so where I got him originally was, my mom actually had 2 Chihuahuas, and she bred them a couple of times, before getting, them fixed. And I think it was the second litter. I think she bred them 3 times in total. And they would only have, like 2 or 3 puppies at the most. The second time that she bred them, Mario was part of that litter. And I was 17 at the time. And he was actually supposed to be sold, but just through, a series of events where like people didn't show up to get him when they were supposed to. She forgot to put him back in the paper. He ended up staying longer. And he was actually several months old at the time I turned 18. And when I turned 18, I moved from Michigan to Texas. So if you've been here a little while, you guys probably already kind of know that story. And I've always been like a big dog lover. Her male dog had been kind of my baby when I lived there. And she was like, do you want to take him with you? Do you want to take this puppy with you? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. She was like, so you're not lonely at the apartment. Because like hubby was going to be working and I was going to be doing school. Because I actually hadn't graduated yet. And so I took little Mario with me when I moved across country. So he's literally been here for my entire adult life. He's been here since the day I set foot out into the world, and, started doing adult life, all the way till now. And I'm literally turning 30 this year. So, he's just been there through everything. It's been a crazy journey. But he's been there through everything. He's been my little best friend. I don't know if you can hear Lincoln. He has the zoomies. He's like trilling and running around in the background. Now I have, my 2 cats and my other dog, but I didn't always have them. It was just me and Mario and of course hubby, but like as far as, me and the babies, for years and years, until we got Rue, when Mario was 4. So it's been an adjustment. Obviously, for one, I just really, really loved him. I really love him, and I'll always love him, and I'll always miss him, and he will always be in my heart. But it's also just been an adjustment, to my constant companion. He was my shadow. The other babies love me too, of course, but like he was glued to me. Actually, for the entire time, like the last 12 years, we always joked that he was my little tumor because he was always attached at the hip. He was always stuck to me somewhere. Like if I was, depending on where I was sitting or what I was doing, he was always attached to me in some way, like had to be physically right there. And, so it's been a really big adjustment, to not have him there anymore. So I did want to just talk about him a little bit and say a huge thank you to you guys for all of your thoughts. And it'll continue to be a journey to adjusting without him being here. But I still want to, continue to honor him and keep his memory alive and stuff. And something that's been really important to me is not letting it be, that I look back on his life with sadness. So I want to look back and look at the happy memories, think of all his little quirks and fun things and just all the happy times that we had together. And it be a positive thing, positive feelings, because he was a positive thing. He was a positive force. And he was my forever puppy. I always used to call him that. He has a ton of nicknames. But I called him that because he always acted like a puppy. He was always just as excited to see me as, a puppy would be. And he was Chihuahua. So if you guys have ever been around Chihuahuas very much, you definitely understand that they're a very excitable, breed. But he was just always very excited, very happy. He was easy to hype up. One of my favorite things to do was to get him excited, and it was very easy to do. I don't want to like start saying it because then I'm going to get my other dog Tataru excited. But I would just say a couple things and he would just start jumping all over the bed. He might scratch at the bed. He'd put his butt in the air and like lean his arms forward and stretch. One of the things you guys may have seen in my little tribute video was him singing. I wish I had a more recent video. That was an older video that I just happened to have on Facebook. And I just screen recorded it so I could put it in that video. But him and my other dog, they both sing. If you sing this song to them that we do, and they would both howl to go with it. And they're both much better at it now. Especially my girl dog Tataru. But Mario was just never very good at howling. He would usually just kind of squeak and make his funny sounds. But there's just a lot of happy memories, and I just wanted I wanted to be looking back with a happy filter, a happy lens, instead of it being kind of shrouded in like a darkness or like a sadness. Obviously loss and grief are, still part of this. But I'm choosing to handle it a little bit differently than I've handled some losses in the past. And so far it's going well. I'm actually really like at peace. I'm way more at peace than I expected that I would be able to be. He lived a long, happy life. I know he was happy. I know he was spoiled, and he barely ever went moments without me. You know, he had a good life. So, and he went on his own terms. He went peacefully. He had just started to decline in like the last few months, and rather than stay around and, you know, continue to decline and like suffer and things like that, I think he just decided he had a happy life, and he was ready. You know, he stayed till the day after his birthday, and I really feel like that was by design. I feel like, you know, he waited and he hit that 12-year mark, and then he was ready to let go. And I couldn't ask for more, you know. So anyway, I just, like I said, wanted to say thank you. And also to let you guys know that I am back full-time now to creating content, so you guys can expect a lot more videos from me. I'm very happy to be back. We had our like summer break together, so the last few months have been a little sporadic with video content, and then this happened, so it just feels like it's been forever. But I am ready to hang out with you guys and get back into it. I really haven't done a whole ton of crocheting over the summer. I have crocheted, but not a ton. I was doing other things, you know, dabbling in other hobbies, playing like video games more and things like that, things that also suck up all of your time, so that I normally, when I'm doing full-time YouTube, I can't really balance doing them all unless I'm doing a tiny bit of them. One thing that I am currently doing is reading this series. I am sure some of you guys have read this series, so if you have read it, feel free to drop a comment below and let me know. I am right here, about this far in the second book, absolutely loving it, so possibly we'll do some kind of crochet themed around these books at some point in the future. But that's kind of what I've got going on right now. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for an update. I have some plans and ideas going forward. So this Friday, I'm going to be doing a big old community spotlight. I know that the last few weekends, or the last few Fridays, I haven't done a community spotlight, so I'm sure I've got quite a bit of community spotlight entries in my email. If you want to send in stuff for Community Spotlight, don't forget my email is always in the description box of my videos, and you just send me an email, you attach pictures of your makes, whatever you've been working on. You can let me know anything you want to about it, but all I ask is that you put Community Spotlight in the subject line of the email, and then somewhere in there you let me know what name you would like me to credit you with when I put together my video. So whatever you would like. It could be your real name, it could be your YouTube name if you have a channel or something. Some people have given me their Etsy name. Whatever you want to give me, I don't care. I just want to know so that I make sure that I call you the right thing, as far as what you'd like to be credited as. Like some people, their email, it'll have their full name and they don't want their full name on there, for example. So, yeah. So we will have a big old community spotlight, and keep your eyes peeled for a video coming up very soon about a new community project. We haven't really done a community project before. We've done kind of community projects, but I don't know, this one's different. You'll see. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I would love everybody to get involved. I think it's going to be super, super fun. But I will let you guys go for now, since I have been sitting here rambling. But I just wanted to say hi, tell you guys I missed you. I hope everybody's doing well, and I'm back. So I'll see you guys very soon. Love you, and have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.